Welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. I'll be uploading the previous parts today. But last time my record schedule kind of fell behind a bit, so let's record a little bit in advance by like 1 day. Usually I'd record the day after uploading the last part I had recorded in advance, but here we are. I have made note of an entire week of schedule to work with. And I do remember Hermit. Hermit's what we're doing, right? Let me just confirm two things actually. So even show what persona they actually are. So click on them. Strength. Hermit, yeah, we got there. We have two of these. Basically, and I'm not even gonna be hanging out with a guy for a while. Justice, temperance, chariots, food. Commenter asked. There's like a lot of comment and all that, so I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But one comment was, why do I keep the weaker personas still at this point? And the reason for that is, well, I don't really know how to answer it, honestly. I mean, I think I answered it. Yeah, I did answer the comments. To be more specific, it's like, you got the Fire Jack and Jack Frost here. Fire Jack feels more useful than Jack Frost, but then again, Jack Frost is immune to ice, so that makes it useful as well. But they also, they have the hot thing, so, max them out so that I can get some item fruits. So they're gonna be in the party for quite a while. And then the other ones are basically mostly just there as, well, just for the social links mostly. Except for, in some cases I kept some of them around because they'd be useful, or in some cases I just didn't get around to replace them. Like, the Hierophant one I had for ages. Not gonna be doing anything with the Hierophant for a while. I mean, the same could be said for, Strength here, so I could replace this one at some point, but, it's... I don't know, I could say, yeah, it's decent enough, it's just, I'm probably never gonna actually get around to using this. Probably won't even use slime, honestly. I just got slime because, we haven't got that so. As Yukari is flashing, it looks like no one wants to play. I also had like a bit of a back and forth, and by back and forth I mean 2 replies or comments on one of the previous parts. Because they were interested in getting the PS5. And what I find weird about the PS5 is it doesn't really have much going for it, really, does it? When you think about it. Like in terms of games that you can't also just get on the PS4. So they really botched the PS5. Like, I've been playing Project Zero Made in the Black Water, the PS5 version. I'm not sure if there's really any difference. Maybe it's subtle, because I remember when I started playing on the PS5. Because if you buy it off the PSN, you get PS4 and PS5. I don't know why it's got 2 separate versions, I'm not sure if there's much of a difference. The only difference I've really noticed for the most part is that they have separate trophies. But when I started it on the PS5, I did feel like there was some difference. It might have been like slightly better looking, I'm not sure. Maybe it runs a little better, I'm not sure. Yeah, I can confirm Jurassic World Evolution 2, for example. PS5 version looks way better and runs a lot better. Granted, it's still got a lot of glitches and stuff like that, but still, that's just kind of how that game is. You know, I can definitely see that the PS5 is definitely not. It's just I kind of prefer the PS4. Not just because I've played the PS4 for, you know, a good few years at this point. But it's like, I don't know, I prefer the interface, for example, the PS4 versus the PS5. It's like, for example, trophy screenshots look way better on the PS4 than the PS5. On the PS4, they don't have that annoying kind of, what would that even be called? Like a kind of filter at the bottom of the screen that the PS5 for whatever reason does when it takes screenshots. That just looks ugly. It's thick. And I think the PS5 also takes the screenshots way faster than the PS4 version runs. I remember when I got all the trophies on Project Zero Made in the Black Water on the PS4. It's like a lot of the screenshots would just be, you know, a black screen at the end of the chapters because, you know, the timing of it's always crap. But you know, when taking pictures, you know, trophies related to that, you'd actually see the ghost that I was taking a picture of at the time, right? Not the case on the PS5, it's basically just like the flash of the camera. So it's just like a rectangle from the viewfinder, and it's just completely white and black background because the screenshot just happens so fast that it doesn't really screenshot anything at all. It's like, outside of me like using the photo mode to take screenshots, it's like the screenshots for my trophies on the PS5 version are actually dog shit. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, enough rambling. Inside Luna Vale Hospital. I was in the room. I went to the gym yesterday to work out. I'm also sore, but I'm so buff. There's nothing a little won't cure, right? Or some. Actually, I only went because I was so pissed at that bastard. Which bastard? Yeah, sorry, I have kind of a dirty mouth again. I blush. What I meant was, I was upset because of this guy. It's like whenever I record for Lil Bus, I know I keep doing that around, but whenever I record for Lil Buses on my Please Still Dragon DN channel, I always at one point in the record session switch it to Japanese to see if I can recognize any of the concepts. And I'm like, man, I could have, you know, if it was the option here, I would have switched it to Japanese to see if she was actually saying something along the line. I don't even know what bastard would look like in Japanese. Remember that Mr. E guy, the SOB, right? Wait, could it be him? I made a small error in my grade book and now he's all on my ass. Supposed to set an example, he told me. Get the fuck old man. Thinks all that just because he's a history teacher, for fuck's sake. No. Doesn't he know who I am? I'm my, you old bastard. If Mr. E starts playing this game too, I'm putting him on it more. But we're the only two people playing, so we even more empty. Can't talk to him out, okay? He poos. It's confiding in you. Your ship's stronger now. Sue's voice rings in your heads. You know, just strikes me as, you know, that meme of, you know, middle-aged relatives posting memes on Facebook. That's what Maya kind of makes me think of a little bit. Art I and I am thou, except more of a gamer, so I don't know. Oh, sure, I'm not like the kind of gamer where, you know, they just play Facebook games, basically. I shall have a person who ongoing social link is reached level 6. That appears to the hermit I cannot room. See, he probably doesn't have a computer at his house, man. Probably using an abacus to talk about a history teacher, rough copter. be much better. Maybe I'll go take a shower now. Don't worry, I won't let that old get me down. That's it. But it's just like that. So it's a lot as well. I need to shower as well. Another game I played recently is Canis Hermit, aka Fuuka. It's just like, that game is so short, really. You know, it's crazy, because back in the day, playing that game, it's like, it feels like such a big game, but it's pretty small, especially by today's standards. Like, the open world, you know, the world in that game is pretty damn small. But it seems so much bigger as it gets. It's like, it didn't take all that long to beat the game when I actually, you know, start playing it. Just play for a bit at first, and then, you know, because I was mostly focused on playing Tomb Raider Remastered. Only just got around to finishing the first level of Tomb Raider 3. It's like, I remember I stopped playing it, I was like, okay, that'll do for now. And then I watched someone else play it, and realized I was basically at the end of the first level when I stopped playing. Like, what the hell, man? So I just continued playing it a little bit. Anyways, morning. So I guess it's true that fewer cases of hermit syndrome occur after each 5 missions. Then that changes again as we get closer to the next full moon. By the way, Makoto-kun, what do you think about Mitsuru senpai? Don't read my chat. What are these responses? It's just like, why would you say not really my type? I mean, does he interpret it as like, oh, you're asking if I'm interested in her? I think she sort of pushed Fuuka into joining. You're still going on about this, you really don't like Mitsuru, do you? It's nice to have her around, especially in battle, but... You know how many times I've mentioned this little feud you got going here in the video description of these parts, man? I'd be like, oh yeah, and Yukari still feels like we pressured Fuuka into joining the team. It's like, get over it! It just feels wrong. Feels like every other day she's going on about it. Oh yeah, class question. A language can be very complex. I'd say that for most languages, if not all, but then again there are probably some that are pretty damn simple. But, I don't know. Now then, Junpei's looking shifty, so how about you, fill in the blank with the appropriate conjunction. It rained all last week. It will rain again today. And that's absolutely correct. You'd make a great composition teacher someday. What would the Japanese equivalent of and? I don't know. It's like Japanese alphabet, right? You got your I's, your E's, your U's, and F's. I imagine it's like one of those, you know, you have like, I've noticed, I don't understand the structure of Japanese, you know, sentences or anything, but I do know they have like, I guess the equivalent of a letter, like a kind of adjective thing like that, at the end of words to kind of emphasize what point in that sentence, you know, this means that, and that is like, just to kind of add grammar to it and shit, I guess. You get like to, you get for, I think there gets used. Ka at the end of a sentence is the only one I understand because you add ka at the end, it turns it into a question. That's about all I know, the Japanese grammar. Because, hell, I don't even understand English grammar. You ask me if, like, you know, use the words we use to describe various things, I'd be like, I have no idea, I can't remember this shit. It's like, I know, you know, adjectives and all that, I understand that, but, you know, I really stop to think about it, I'm like, I can't remember all these little details, let alone in another bloody language. It's confusing. It wouldn't use but to compare two situations that are identical and probably using a conjunction. So and is the way to go. And if only if I could understand, you know, these little grammar details, because it's always bugged me. I can see the words being connected together, it's just I don't understand what each one means. I'm pretty sure you do get ones that are like and but, or to, you know, like the equivalent of those words in English when added into a sentence like that. Get the correct answer. Jumps, Greece. The academics doesn't increase from it because you're like, I already knew the answer, so I'm already smart. Hey, psych that up with John T. Yeah, man, I'm totally stoked. Bet there won't be a full moon for a while. Still, I don't think about it. And that reminds me when I, would play Pokemon Legends Arceus. Waiting for that stupid full moon so I could evolve freaking Ursaring. I managed to evolve it once, but that was about it. It's like, you gotta evolve it at least 5 times to complete this Pokedex entry. I don't even know why I even tried to go out of my way to complete the Pokedex entry. It's like, once you've got enough that it registers its information, you don't need to do the rest, but I still do that anyway. Which is why I've got way too many Pokemon. I have to constantly release Pokemon in that game to make room for more. It's ridiculous. I'm hanging out with you, right? 15... Yeah. What's up, Kodo? You going to practice? I'm definitely gonna try to get a new chariot persona, because that one I just got in shuffle time. I could probably make a better version of this. Or maybe even a better chariot one. Yeah, it takes dedication, but no one's more dedicated. Well, let's go. You just seem happy. At least he actually showed up this time. Honestly, Vector's giving it everything they've got, except for you. You're never the one running on. Oh, stuff is fun. Kazushi seems slower lately. Yeah, he's not trying as hard as he usually does. Thinks he'll make it in nationals like that? You guys have nothing better to do, then why didn't you give me a hand with the lobby? Well, they're certainly putting their track and field experience to use there, aren't they? The thing they're good at is picking up dirt. As the coach wants to see you in the office. Alright, I'll be right there. Kazushi is left. And Makoto-kun, never mind. We haven't hung out in ages. He's been hanging out with that Chihiro girl. Walker's ignoring me until like freaking later in the year. It's bullshit. Just have to leave and go back to the door. I think I can understand the logic here. It's probably so that you don't get a relationship to the intimate stage too quickly. Because once you do that, it has a chance of being flipped upside down if you don't hang out on a regular basis. Even more so if you're hanging out with another girl. So, I can understand that. So I assume we're maxing out Chihiro because we're going to be hanging out with Fuuka within the next week. And, that will make it so that we have to hang out with Chihiro even more. She'll get jealous because we'll be hanging out with another girl. So it's like a kind of unseen timer of sorts. You gotta hang out with them more frequently once you get to the intimate stage, and you gotta hang out even more if you recently hung out with another girl. I wonder if that would apply to the Hierophant. One of them's a woman technically, but like that Facebook episode of South Park where Wendy is having to go out stand because some old woman that was friends with his grandma, like one of his posts on commented something on it. Just like, he's like 80 years old, what the hell's your problem, man? You're in high school and even engaged. Hey, Makoto. Wait up. Coach just called me in the office to tell me he's worried about me. I'm not accusing you of telling me. Damn, what should I do? Who knows? How's your knee? Sore, but I made it for practice. It just seems to have calmed down. Said I'd have to quit the team if I first. I told him not. I've already missed 3 days. Now I'll have to work even harder. Otherwise, I won't be able to keep my promise to my nephew. You know, it really is a case of, you know, you don't pick the answers that you pick sometimes. You think something like, you should take a break, you really should. But you gotta take into account the character's personality. And he's the type that's all about work to, you know, his goals. So we have to say, you need to toughen up. You're right, I have some names, excuses, it's like, if I didn't follow a walkthrough, I would probably get the wrong answers a lot, you know. Well, not all the time, but enough that it wouldn't get the additional little boost to the social. I assume giving the correct answers makes it so that there's less time needed to max out the social in the long run. Just use that one. I decided I'll take my chances with the nipples, even if I friendly them if I need them. If that happens to go, I want you to be next guy. Good game, positions for us. Let's strong now. This is what's ringing in your head. You know that image like that? Just picture a chariot being drawn by freaking lions. I wouldn't work with it. Social link is rank level 7. So press the topic. That's just the worst case scenario. Okay. I'll keep my promise and win at the regional meet as well as nationals. Then I'll give my knee a rest. But for now, I'll do whatever it takes. Yeah, it's how athletes in any kind of sport or anything like that end up permanently injured because they put too much pressure on themselves, even when they've got a nagging injury, because they don't want to lose out on it. Because if they lose out on it, they're not gonna, you know, accomplish what they set out to do. But you know, the downside is they permanently fucked up their body in doing so. You're stuck with this issue while walking home. It's like, it's not really a sport necessarily, it's more simulated, I guess. You know, professional wrestling. You know, a lot of wrestlers that, you know, got a nagging injury, but they still keep going because, you know, if they take time off for that, then, you know, they're not going to get booked. And if they don't get booked, people might, you know, start to kind of forget about them. Sure, they might get interested when they come back, you know, they're like, they return! And shit like that, or, you know. But, you know, if they're in the middle of something, like storyline or whatever, and then they get injured, and when they come back, they'll be like, okay, now you've kind of cooled off. So, you know, we originally were gonna have you do this, but now we have to change plans because you were injured for, you know, half a year or something like that. You know, so they push for the injuries and shit like that. Yeah, I find wrestling weird. Or rather, my interaction with wrestling. You know, I used to watch it as a kid, like from late 2002 to maybe somewhere around 2006 or 2007. I used to wrestle as a kid, you know. I feel like most kids back in the day did that, you know. Wrestle on the green, you know. It's like, okay, suplex, F5, and shit like that. But I don't actually watch wrestling anymore. Yet I do kind of keep up with it anyway. It's kind of weird. I mostly, you know, listen to podcasts about it rather than actually watch it because I'm not interested enough to actually watch it and wrestle. It's like weird. It's like I'm interested enough to keep up with it, but not interested enough to actually watch. Yeah, the serious talk is really well. And honestly, it seems like, you know, even now, a lot of wrestlers do that, you know. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna do a bunch of stupid shit. Even though it's risky moves to pull off, or you're injured and you decide to do them, and then you end up like half a year or more out injured or worse. You know, you can have a career-ending injury. Or in rare occasions, the wrestler could freaking straight up die in the ring. It has happened. Let's go to times. I know the next full moon is still a ways away. Shadow's getting strong. Besides, I need to train. Play with soul. What do you say? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I don't know, man. It's like we were in the Tartarus the other day. Let me check actually. What is the schedule now that we're working on Charm? If you need to visit Tartarus, do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we get more days that we can work with. I've also noticed that the days where we can go to Tartarus if we need to, via this walkthrough anyway, the recommendations, happens to line up with the arcade. You can play an arcade game on Mondays and Thursdays. So I guess it's not as big a priority as it was for courage. I guess it makes sense because you need to max out courage really fast. Because of Fuuka, you know? It's like her social link's coming up and you need max courage for that. God, now you get the idea. That's why I need to focus more on it. Whereas Charm, which is needed for Yukari's social link when that comes up, I can't remember, it happens sometime in summer when that becomes available. So we definitely need to work on it, but yeah. Let me actually look at the schedule for the week actually. Tomorrow is Temperance. And the day after that we're getting a new social week. And the day after that, Justice. The day after that we finally start Fuuka's social. And then after that, there doesn't seem to be anything happening on the Saturday other than a certain character appearing. The walkthrough didn't note anything else, so I'm not sure. Maybe the Saturday would be a good day for the office. Could work, maybe. I don't know, we'll see when we get to that point, I guess. How can I help you? My persona is called Lucia. You cannot enter into battle. Your job is to support everyone on the front line, your ability to detect enemies and provide enemy information. Except for boss fights, you know. Even though there is information of each of these bosses for the most part online, Fuuka is unable to, you know, tell any of that. Except for that one time, you know? That boss fight against the Shadows. When, you know, she awakened to her persona, she was able to detect their weaknesses, but you can't do that for Tartarus boss fights. It makes no sense. It's just like, why? I guess that could be a question. Does the remake have it so you can actually scan Tartarus bosses? Because I don't see the point in having the information hidden after scanning them, because it just kind of makes it pointless. It's like, you either reveal that they have a weakness, or more often not reveal they have no weakness at all. But you could at least see what they've got resistance-wise, you know? So you at least have some idea of what they're working. They just want to make you do trial and error. Anyways, the job support everyone on front lines, their ability to provide them in, which is attributes of strength and endurance are both low. Doesn't even matter, you don't even battle. It's like completely pointless stats for you to have. She doesn't have any resistances, but she doesn't have any weaknesses either. Again, what's the point of this information? You're never going to actually use it in battle. Well, that's all I can think of for right now. I look forward to fighting Shannon. I always find that weird, you know, in these games, where the navigator's persona, you know, when they gain a level, they'll gain stats. It's like completely redundant because they don't enter battle. I mean, it makes sense for, well, technically, you know, Mitsuru, she was, you know, navigator, but she didn't level up until she joined the party. Same in Persona 4 and, well, just for Persona 4 actually, I think. I can't remember. Teddy is the navigator for, I don't know, I can't remember how long it takes till you unlock the other character that becomes the navigator from then on. I can't remember if Teddy was in battle before that point or not. For Persona 5, you know, Morgana, he's in battle and also does a navigation bit until, you know, a better party member will suit that join, so, you know, it's a bit different in that case, I guess. It's like, I, like many people, when it came to Persona 5, as soon as I got another party member, you know, unless needed, I would always switch Morgana out with my character. Our enemies seem to be getting strong and strong. We trade every day to keep peace. And can you imagine if you just said, screw it? Screw these social links, I don't need friendship, I'm gonna talk with every single night. I mean, you could still do stuff in the day, technically, but you know, you just, instead of focusing on raising the stats, like, I don't need to be friends with, you know, Fuuka, Yukari, Mitsuru. Screw their social links, I ain't maxing out stats for that. I'm going to Tartarus to level up. And the choice is the one-handed sword. As you may be aware, its attack power and accuracy level are on adequate. However, I think it is just money. Man. I can hear it in my head, I can't pronounce it. Is it French? I've always been bad at French pronunciation. One-handed weapon is a refined, sophisticated weapon. I remember in school. I think I learned a little bit of French. I can't remember any of it. Like I said before, I ended up being taught at home at some points. But when I was in school at that point in time, that was when that happened with the social anxiety and stuff like that happens. Because, you know, prior to that, I was perfectly fine at school, but, you know, get thrown into a freaking big-ass school, multiple towering buildings, like 3 stories tall, having to have a map to get around, over 1,000 students. Oh man, it's stressful as hell. And, you know, I have to get on a bus, and, you know, they have different buses going there and there, and I was like, what if I get on the wrong bus? This was before, you know, everyone and their freaking grandmother's dog had a phone. It's like, oh, it's so stressful. But I do remember learning a bit of French and Welsh as well. I remember when I was, you know, did an online course for Welsh at college, and when they got to like colors, I was like, melon, ah yes, yellow, I remember that one. I think it was yellow, right? Like, the information is there, it's just, you know, long ago, man. One-handed sword is a refined, sophisticated weapon. You should consider wielding one. Well, I already do. Look who will be supporting this. She has the voice of an angel. Don't get me wrong, Mitsuru Senpai has an eye for his students, just that Fuuka's is just so calm and soothing. You know, I remember reading online, it seems a bit divided on that. Some people don't like her English voice in this game, they find it to be a bit annoying. But honestly, out of the navigators in the series, English voice acting wise, I don't know, I haven't played Persona 4 in ages. Teddy's voice, I imagine a lot of people found annoying. But then you got Morgana. I hated his smug freaking remarks. It's like, it's amazing how great I am. Or just like, Skull, you're pathetic. And just like, shut up, Morgana, you asshole. And then you got, what was her name? Forget her name. Whatever her name was, you know, she was had more gamer kind of lines, you know, just like, I can't remember anything. But no, it's tame compared to what would come later on, you know. Mitsuru Senpai's moved from spawnless fighters. She can do anything. I'm so jealous. Is that why you keep getting pissy at her? No, I know your reasons. I'm not saying what the reasons are, because I just spoilers. We'll get that character development at some point. Forecast is sun all the way, there's only a 10-20% chance of rain. Be careful of dehydration, even during the rainy season, it's going to be a scorcher. Let's join our field reporter in the stadium now. It's an action news, all the action in the world of sports. And there's one time I was out, right? Like a kind of at a farm zoo kind of place, right? And my freaking head felt like it was frying. I really should have had a hat. He was like, damn man, it's freaking boiling. What am I doing? I suppose I should use the toilet spell. See if that'll improve his mood, even though it's completely pointless. Well, actually, no, it's not completely pointless. Or is it? We need to study as well, you know. Feel refreshed. Oh, we're feeling great. What is it? Well, today is arcade day, unfortunately, so even if I wanted to, no Tartarus today. We gotta focus on getting that charm. But hey, if we're feeling great, does that mean our studying gets a boost? Probably not. Still not charming enough to interact with that guy. Just realized I should have gone to the freaking Velvet room before, you know, doing something. Oh well. I'll do that tomorrow. Against Babel or Prince Club and Punching Bag. It is Prince Club we're working with, right? I think it is. It's like a photo sticker game or something. At least it's cheap. Like it costs 3,000 yen just to, you know, play the scary maze game. But it came out fantastically. Tried out different poses and graphics. I cannot imagine this guy doing any poses. The charm has increased. You are now confident. It's getting loose. Could probably stop that social link now. No calls. Study. We are actually going to be hanging out with someone on the Sunday, so hopefully all goes to plan. Decided to study. Damage increased. Not even a single boost. At all. Disappointing. You're no longer feeling great. That'd be funny if Mitsuru's like, do you think I've been pressuring Fuuka into joining this? Like, will you just drop this topic? Oh, Yuki, I have something to tell you. From now on, you'll be able to go to topics about it. Why? Because Yamagishi can provide support if she's present. You can go to topics. Because, you know, she was the supervisor, or really, when you think about it. But now that we've got someone who can do the navigation, I guess it makes sense. If not lucky, if you're not myself as president, I told her not to let you go. Gotta have a senior member, at least one of them. Worried something may happen, so please keep that in mind. Lunchtime, someone's going to nag to hang out, but who will it be? Oh wow, you're just kidding. Hey, you're going today. Oh, I haven't decided yet. Oh yeah, well I'm going, so why don't you go? Seems like you're hiding this worry without his knee. Dude, take a look at my knee, I'm flying, please. You should go to practice and practice at school. When I played this game, you know, I maxed out the chariot pretty quickly. So, you know, I feel like the game kind of nudges me towards that social issues. I think it's the first one you get, or is it? Yeah, it might be. No, it's the magician, actually. It's like I say, you know, the first time I played this game, I've only played this game once prior to this Let's Play, and that was a couple of years ago. The funny thing is, like, once I was playing that game, I was like, I'm gonna Let's Play this game, you know, after, you know, playing through it. And then a year passed, and then another year passed, and now here we are. It's like, by the time I finally got around to Let's Play, and this freaking remake was announced, it's ridiculous. Like, I could have played that, but I was like, no. I want to play this version because it's the version I played. Plus, I've got the save file for New Game Plus, so you know, if needed, I can use that to get any socials missed. Thinking back to it, I should have done that for my Persona 4 Let's Play. I didn't have a backup plan there. It's like at least one social link that I wasn't able to max out in that was didn't even have it was the Temperance one now that I think about it. But you know, I didn't miss the Temperance one in this game, which is, you know, Bebe here. I maxed his one out, and I'm gonna max his one out in this Let's Play as well. In fact, we're gonna be hanging out with him after school. What else I need to talk to you. Can you come to the election club? I need to talk with you about something. I don't know what to do. I'll be waiting. Seems like something happened in the bed. Maybe you should join him after school. Whenever I hear the name Bebe, I just think of Bebe from South Park. Then for the... You know, he's always there in class, but when was the last time we even hung out? It was ages ago. I want to complete this freaking request from old Elizabeth so that, you know, we can finally move on from that request. I'm getting hungry. Should we stop somewhere and grab a bite to eat? Oh, let's go get some potatoes. But it's at the Wood-Eye strip mall. I'll have to take the monorail. And you know, every time we take the monorail out, the freaking Simpsons song plays. Times have changed, but some things like school, no story ever die. I was sneaking the school round tonight, and just would be the only animals. Ah, I've been expecting you. Shall we be on our way? Oh, that's another thing I've been meaning to ask. You know, the commentator that comments on these videos has played the remake. I remember hearing that Elizabeth's voice actress is the only returning, you know, voice actor from the original cast for the English voice acting. And I was curious, right? Because I was like, Fuuka, her voice sounded familiar. So I kind of googled the cast and didn't really look at all the casts or anything like that. But I mean, I'm not sure with Fuuka's voice actress because it wasn't from anything in particular, but she did voice act characters in shows I watched as a kid, like not like as a main character or anything like that, but at least her voice sounded familiar. Like Dexter Laboratory used to voice someone in that. Shows like that I watched as a kid, so maybe that's where her voice sounded a little familiar. But anyways, two things. One, Yukari's voice actress actually voices Rukia from Bleach. So like, it makes sense now. I can definitely hear it. Now I know that. Like, yeah, it's her. And secondly, the voice actress for Elizabeth also voices Mitsuru. At least I'm pretty sure that's where I saw. So if that's the case, does she still voice Mitsuru in the remake as well? Or did they get a different voice actor? They're just like, okay, you come back to voice Elizabeth, but not for Mitsuru for some reason. Hasn't that happened before in a remake? I can't remember. There's definitely something where like... Oh, there was definitely something, oh yeah, Spyro. The remakes. I think they brought back the same voice actor that voiced Ripto in the original, but he didn't voice Ripto in the remake, if I recall. Which is like kind of weird. Maybe he couldn't do the voice anymore, maybe they time constraints. I don't know. It's kind of weird that you have the voice actor available, but don't have them voice the character that they originally voiced. I also find it strange how Igor's voice actor didn't reprise his role. I mean, I understand, you know, the Japanese voice actor past quite a while back, but you know, he voiced the English voice actor, voiced him in 4 and 3 and 4, but not in 5. You know, a different voice actor. It's kind of weird, and it's not just like, you know, it's part of the plot. It's like, if you know, you know. It's like, not even that didn't come back for it. It's just kind of weird. It's always annoying when they change the voice actors for reoccurring characters like that. It seems like they try to keep it more consistent in, you know, Japanese voice acting, but when it comes to English voice cast, they're like, who gives a shit? I've been expecting, shall we be on our way? This is gonna go over 15 minutes if we don't hurry and stop your rambling. It's kind of crazy if she really does have the same voice actress, and you're not supposed to walk down those. Especially when it's going up. You're going the wrong way. But if it is the same voice actor, it's crazy the difference between Elizabeth's voice and Mitsuru.
Flowing stairs that must be mastered by those who would try to pass. So this is an escalator?
I mean, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's not the same voice actor. I definitely think I saw both names listed under the same voice actors.
It looks simple, but one false step and challengers will be mired in an exhausting ordeal.
Warning. Please refrain from going up the down escalator, and vice versa. Thank you.
I mean, was that an automated thing, or did someone see that and be like, don't do that, you idiots?
And what's this? Please watch your step. There's a pitfall just ahead.
Where is it? Why is that there in
It's in the center of this fenced off area.
They're like, oh shit, we forgot to put down a manhole, so this is off limits now.
It's marked with eye-catching signs which state in bold print, "Do not enter." Humans frequently crave that which is forbidden to them. This is a crafty snare that goes against the common notion that pitfalls must be hidden. A stairway that tests one's wits, and a pitfall that tests one's inner strength. Human authorities have a great deal to contend with in their quest to defend the town's law and order. I'm very moved by their plight. Let's continue forth, our thoughts dedicated to the unsung heroes who love this town so very much.
You know, I always find it strange how protagonists interact with the Velvet Room attendants. You know, because they actually do go on outings, and you think, okay, so protagonists can see, you know, the Velvet Room door, but nobody else can. So you think it would apply to the attendants. You do see other people, like other NPCs, looking at them, so it's kind of implied that they really actually are seeable by everyone else there. Especially in Persona 5. Persona 5 Royal, to be exact. I don't think they do much outside of standing outside the door in that game in the original. In Royal, you do have outings like you do in this game. I can't really remember Persona 4 having that with Margaret. I think he just kind of stuck to the Velvet Room itself, which was basically a limo in that game. I still haven't played Golden, but there is an added character I assume might be fitting in the role of like Elizabeth here, but I'm not sure. Maybe they were like, I know, because I can't imagine going on a date with Margaret. She's like, no, you go with someone else. She's gonna chill here.
This fragrant aroma, it can't be.
I mean, it's more outings than dates.
Whoa! You can figure out our secret ingredient just by its smell? Oh, I guess you don't wear those funky clothes for nothing, lady. Well, there ain't a law against takoyaki shops cooking stuff besides octopus.
I mean, it's misleading. It's in the freaking name.
How about it? You want to buy one? It'll make you smile so wide your cheeks will fall off.
Cuisine so luscious that one's cheeks fall off. Such a result would cause havoc in reality, but I'd definitely like to experience this.
Produce a bulging wallet. You're buying that many?
I have never seen a person who has actually lost his or her cheeks.
I'm trying to comprehend what you say. Imagine eating so much that your cheeks fall off.
This must mean that the ordinary citizen cannot easily buy these. Oh, upon closer inspection, one package is only 400 yen.
I'm just gonna go with it, man. You're not gonna like talk her out of her crazy, urges to do stupid shit. We're just gonna let it roll.
Well then, 2 packages, please.
Thanks. Here you go, and come again.
Imagine if she's like, I will order 400. He's like, damn, lady, I don't have that much.
This distinct texture, the firm, chewy outer skin, there's no doubt about it. I must say, I'm surprised to come across this used as an ingredient in food.
Are your cheeks okay?
They seem to still be in place. And in any event, there are many other delicacies I feel I must try. I must take care not to lose my cheeks before sampling each and every one of them.
You finished eating takoyaki. Was yaki
There
grilled
appear
or
to be
something?
several dining establishments around. I wish to try all of them.
Can't remember. Yaki means either grilled or it's some other form of cooking. I mean, you see it over there, it's being grilled or something, so that might be what it is. And taco is basically octopus, so it's basically fried octopus, right? Unless I'm getting the yaki part wrong.
My first priority is to visit something called a manga cafe and obtain the foodstuff known as a smoothie bar.
You know, outside of influence from Japan itself, are there even exist cafes and stuff like that that have like a kind of cosplay theme kind of aesthetic? Like outside of, like I said, the influence from Japan doing this. Because it just doesn't feel like it would be a thing, would it?
This smoothie bar allows for an infinite combination of flavors by mixing various ingredients.
Because, you know, if you go to a cafe, you get like coffee or some shit, you know? You're just there to, you know, have a drink. Maybe take in the atmosphere, maybe just chill, you know. But with a theme thing, it becomes a very different feeling.
Just thinking about it gives me a sort of electric tingle across my tongue.
So the slow Elizabeth around the ingredients.
We appear to have exhausted the culinary possibilities in this area.
I wonder what kind of characters that sign over there says. If I can be asked, I'll look it up in it.
Oh my! Are you feeling well? Now that I think about it, you haven't eaten much since our 7th meal.
Jesus Christ, man, he's gonna be fat at this rate.
In any event, I have to thank you for the tasty experience. If you don't mind, I'd very much enjoy accompanying you again.
You're headed back to the room, Elizabeth. Now, if this was a later Persona game, she'd have a social link, because, you know... I think even in Persona 4, I can't remember if Margaret had a social link, but in Persona 5, the Velvet Attendants have a social link. I think it was the strength arcana. You know, you actually have something like that. And then in Royal, they introduce these little outings you go with them, like showing them around like you do with Elizabeth. But those don't actually, you know, add anything to their social link. It's more of just an extra thing you can do, and you get like an item, some kind of rewards each time you do that. Whatever. And I think it might take up time, unlike in this game where, you know, it doesn't take up time, doesn't advance the day on playing that, which is very nice. Now, with 55 minutes coming up here, you seem to have completed requests this moment while I check. Thank you for showing me around it with your eyes, station. Fascinating rides, the dangerous traps, and of course, the concopier of curious Kazushi. Wait, did you consider that escalator a ride? His lives there were quite different from those at Millennia Mall the other day. So that I might not forget what we saw, I'd like to recreate some of the dishes we tasted. First I must hunt for ingredients. Haha, this will be so much fun. As for your reward, I've again prepared something special. This you can fuse in Fuuka. Its looks reminds you of a beautiful beast, yet she too rises from the sea of your soul. Wish I could gain a greater appreciation for what your soul is like. Please accept your reward. Same blue scale. That's gonna do for this part, so see you next time, viewers. See you next time.